Thank you for your interest in Taylorsville's CDBG program. CDBG funding is awarded by HUD and basic requirements are the same as other CDBG programs you may have applied for in the past, but programs work on different timelines and have different goals. This video will walk you through CDBG eligibility and expectations, Taylorsville's program year schedule, a recap on past year accomplishments, and a Zoom Grants overview where you will complete your application. For those that are new to the CDBG program, we'd like to run through a few basic eligibility requirements. CDBG stands for Community Development Block Grant, and its primary objective is to develop a viable urban community, particularly for low to moderate income people through decent housing, suitable living environments, and expanded economic opportunity. LMI stands for low to moderate income and is defined as those who earn 30 to 80% of the area median income. CDBG projects must also meet one of the following national objectives. The first is low moderate income benefit, which can be broken out into 4 subcategories. The first is area benefit. This is a project that would benefit all residents of a specific area which is predominantly residential. Some examples include street improvements, water or sewer lines, or facade improvements in neighborhood commercial districts. Limited clientele would benefit a specific group of people. This could include children, seniors, victims of domestic violence, people with disabilities, or the unsheltered, etc. This objective can range from public services to construction or rehabilitation of a senior center or other limited clientele facilities. The housing objective would be met with activities that assist in the acquisition, construction, or improvement of permanent residential structures, including homeownership assistance. The LMI jobs objective can be met one of 3 ways. 1. The activity must be located in a predominantly LMI neighborhood and serve LMI residents. Think a grocery store. 2. The activity involves facilities designed for use predominantly by LMI people. Example, a for-profit hospital that is designed to serve patients on Medicaid or welfare. Or 3. The activity involves employment of majority LMI people. The slum or blight aid can be met by one of 3 subcategories. An area basis benefit would need to take place in an area designated by the city that demonstrates physical signs of blight or decay. Currently, there are no designated areas in Taylorsville. The second, the activity meeting spot basis benefit must be designed to eliminate specific conditions of blight not located in a designated slum area. This objective must be limited to acquisition, clearance, relocation, historic preservation, or rehabilitation of buildings to eliminate specific conditions detrimental to public health and safety. Urban renewal areas are areas designated through an urban renewal plan. Taylorsville does not currently have any urban renewal areas. Urgent needs are benefits that would alleviate serious and immediate threats to health or welfare of the community. These conditions may be considered to be of recent origin if it is developed or became critical up to 18 months before the program year formally begins. This could include COVID-related projects. Some examples of eligible activities include housing rehabilitation and acquisition, job creation, park or sidewalk improvements and LMI block groups, improvements or rehabilitation of facilities used by LMI or limited clientele, and planning or establishing a study for the development of a larger project, such as the facility expansion and facade improvements. Non-eligible activities include any government or politically related activities, income payments, purchase of equipment, and operating or maintenance expenses. If you are approved for the Taylorsville CDBG program, there are a few expectations of subrecipients. The first is monitoring. Subrecipient monitoring will occur on a yearly basis and confirm that processes are set in place to ensure compliance with HUD and CDBG requirements, including demographic requirements and invoicing. Reporting. As a subrecipient, you will be expected to submit quarterly demographic reports per HUD requirement within 30 days after the end of the quarter. Invoicing. We expect subrecipients to submit reimbursement requests as needed throughout the program year, including supporting documentation such as receipts and invoices. And above all else, we expect subrecipients to be timely and complete with their documentation. CDBG's program year schedule has begun for PY 2023. It began November 2nd, 2022 with our needs hearing, which was an opportunity for citizens to provide input regarding current and future needs of the city. November 11th through November 25th will be our pre-application period. This will be open online through Zoom grants and closes at 5 p.m. The application period will be open from November 28th to January 6, 2023. This will also be completed online using Zoom grants, which closes at 5 p.m. From January to March, the application review will begin. The mayor and city council will review the applications, and recommendations are presented to city council and formally adopted. In May of 2023, the action plan will be drafted. CDBG funding recommendations and goals are established, and a 30-day comment period will open prior to submittal. July 1st, 2023, the program year will begin, and subrecipients may begin their CDBG projects and tracking their progress. This section will look at the accomplishments from the past program year that ended this past June. But first, let's take a look at Taylorsville's strategic plan goals. These 4 goals were developed using surveys and stakeholder engagement. Stakeholders included city representatives, housing and homeless coalitions, nonprofits, and other service providers. The first goal is housing, which is to provide expanded housing options for all economic and demographic segments of Taylorsville's population while diversifying the housing stock within neighborhoods. This can be done by supporting housing programs that address the needs of aging housing stock through targeted rehabilitation efforts and diversification. This could also be done by supporting affordable housing developments that increase the number and types of units available for qualified residents. The goal of public service is to promote accessibility to public service programs. This is a wide range and can include youth programs, physical and mental health services, transportation, etc. The public facility improvement goal will provide safe, clean, and sustainable spaces to support public and city services. Taylorsville City is accomplishing this goal through an economic development project, but can include projects like parks, sidewalks, senior centers, and other public infrastructure facilities. Homeless services will be met by providing support to regional homeless and outreach services and expanding case management to help connect people with permanent housing. PY 2021 just ended, and here are some of the accomplishments from that program year. So far, our consolidated plan goals for housing are 23% complete. Public services have reached 31% completion. Public facility improvements are still in development, and homeless services has reached 16% completion. Taylorsville's CDBG application can be found at zoomgrants.com/ZGF/Taylorsville CDBG 2023. For the pre-application, you'll use the first 2 tabs available, the summary and pre-application. Pre-applications are required and must be approved before being able to complete the full application. The other tabs will not be available to you until your pre-application has been submitted and approved. Applicant contacts will be contacted when their pre-applications are approved. The formal application will begin 11/28/2022. The application requires you to complete the CDBG application tab as well as the funding sources and budget and documents tab. For the funding sources and budget, please provide all project funding sources and budget expenses, not just those relating to your Taylorsville CDBG request. For documents, the Documents tab contains templates for required documents. Required documents must be submitted before you can submit your application. These include an ADA questionnaire, Section 504 Disability and Non-Discrimination Employment Information, the Federal Funding Accountability and Transparency Act checklist, and your board authorization or resolution, for which a template is not available. Taylorsville staff is available to help if you have any questions. For applications or Zoom grants, comments, or questions, you can reach out to Jessica Tracy at jtracy@avenueconsultants.com. For other general CDBG questions, you can also reach out to Jim Spunk at jspunk@taylorsvilleutah.gov. Thanks again for your interest in Taylorsville's CDBG program, and good luck with your application.